Next tip for the profile. Now, every single profile is going to be different and should be because it's representing you who are a unique individual. So while you could copy paste my profile, I wouldn't even recommend it because you're not me, right? And you're not going to fundamentally live up to being me in the long run. I'll give you kind of a weird example. Long time ago, I was considering doing as a business model a thing where I would just basically get dates for guys in online dating and they would pay me per date that they got. And you may be thinking right now, Todd, I'd love it if you did that. And it does sound like a good business model. It does sound fun. But here's the experience I had with my one and only client ever doing that business model. So I just posted on Craigslist as like a proof of concept. I'm like, hey, I'll get you dates. You can pay me either this amount for a phone number, this amount for a date. And he said, I'll pay you this amount for a date, which already is kind of a red flag because it means he doesn't have confidence in his ability to turn a phone number into a date, but it's fine. And then I even said, I'll let you pick the girls. So literally go on the site. It's on a site where you could search girls. And I said, pick the girls you specifically are interested in, and I will get you dates only with those girls, and you only pay me for dates with the girls that you selected. So he selects this really attractive girl, and I go about messaging her. He actually selected a variety of girls, but she was one of them. I start messaging this girl, and I basically talk him up a little bit. I'm, charming, witty, interesting. I make him seem like a high status guy. Anyway, I arrange the date for them, and they go on the date. And then, he's going to pay me for the date and we're all good. We have a good business relationship. Everything should be fine. Except he went on the date and he came back crying and was like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to ever talk to that girl again. This is terrible, etc. And why? Because he showed up on the date and he wasn't the attractive guy that I conveyed him as online. I made him seem more attractive than he actually was. When she got on the date, she was not only disappointed, she was pissed off. She felt like she'd been misled. Right, that he conveyed himself as one thing, or I had conveyed him as one thing, and then he showed up and was a different thing fundamentally than that. Okay, so your profile should reflect you. Your profile should be about you, and every profile can be different. However, almost every good profile I've ever seen has 3 elements in common. And so whenever I'm designing a profile with someone, I start with these 3 elements as a basis. And these are the 3 elements your profile should have. Number 1, your profile almost certainly should include what you're looking for in the girl, all right? And ideally, it should make it seem a little bit selective. Now, why is this important? Well, number 1, you're gonna get what you're looking for more often by saying it, right? The girls that are that type are gonna gravitate towards it. They're gonna like you more. However, even beyond that, the very fact that you have standards, the very fact you're willing to say what you're looking for already conveys you on the online dating site as a high value guy. Most guys on the online dating site are getting no matches. Some guys are getting enough or too many matches and they have no match problems. The guy who's getting no matches, like, please match with me, and he's likely to become needy, desperate, those kind of things in his approach. The guy who has plenty of matches is like, look, I can go on a date every day of the week. I want to go on high quality dates and I want to go on dates with girls I actually like. So I'm actually going to put out there, this is what I want, and these are girls that need not apply. The very fact you have that in your profile already is conveying to the world you're that type of person. It's that sub-communication of high value, which is very, very effective. So absolutely, in basically every profile I ever write for myself or for a student, I'm going to have somewhere in there something regarding selectivity about the girl, something regarding having standards about the girl, something regarding what I'm specifically looking for, because it just does so many things as well. Also, it tends to convey your personality because the thing you choose to focus on, the thing you choose to say, this is what I care about, this is what I'm interested in, that's obviously conveying your own personality as well. It's just conveying it indirectly. So instead of saying, I go to the gym a lot and I'm into fitness, you say you want a girl who's into fitness, and it implies that about you without you bragging. Okay, so that's element number 1, almost every profile should have, is something selective about the girl and that you have standards in the girl. Second thing every profile should have is some idea of what the experience of dating you would be like. And my key idea here, and this is gonna come up a ton when we write profiles, is show, don't tell. Okay, you don't want to tell them this is what it's like to be dating me. You don't want to be like, I'm funny. Instead, say something witty or sarcastic or even a little bit funny in the profile. Or you don't want to say, I don't take shit from people. Instead, you want to be willing to say something in the profile that's a little offensive and just be like, I stand by it, right? Don't call out the thing you're trying to convey. Actually, just convey it. Just go be that thing. And in particular, along with what I said before about your profile needs to stand out, one of the best things to convey about yourself is you being high value or selective or being a little bit edgy. So that's a nice little combination of standing out and also conveying yourself. So if there are edgy elements about you, if there are high status elements about you, if there is a cockiness about you that's actually genuine, that's actually real and reflects on you, that's a decent thing to actually convey in this part of your profile. And as far as the nice parts of you, that'll actually be conveyed in the next and third part of the profile, which is what I would say something unique or something grounded or human or that stands out for you. All right. And so, for example, if you have a particular unusual hobby that you're very into and it actually conveys something of your character, the fact you're into that, maybe you could make a note about that. Or let's say that your profile overall comes off as this very ambitious, goal-driven person, and then you throw in as a counterpoint, a counterbalance to that, something that's a little more like soft and fluffy and nice, or that like you have some like loyalty or like a more genuine kind of a thing. And so this third element is gonna allow the girl to feel more comfortable with you, in the sense that you're not just this get attention dickhead, because the rest of your profile that got attention may be a little bit that way. But it's also going to allow her to label you or think about you as a real person. And so she's no longer just interacting with this profile of hot guy. Now it's hot guy who is this, or hot guy who surprised me with this. So that's where you're conveying the reality of yourself. Usually this third element should actually be the third element. It should come last, because the girl doesn't care about the specifics of you until she realizes you're high value. The first two elements, standards in a girl and conveying the experience of dating you, especially the high value experience of dating you, those are building a lot of value. Those are getting a lot of attention. This later element of being real, being genuine serves as a counterpoint, but she doesn't care about the counterpoint until you have the value. Most guys are leading with the counterpoint. Most guys are telling the girl, this is the unique thing about me. And she's like, yeah, cool, don't care, right? But if she thinks, oh, he's hot, oh, I like him, oh, and this is unique about him, that's what puts you over the top. So that's that third element you want to have in almost every single profile.